Satnam. Welcome to day 51 of our Kundalini Yoga Challenge, where we work on transmuting, releasing, and transforming the energy of anger. And we're working with a meditation that helps us look at our inner conflict and helping us to activate the reflex that allow us not only to become aware of our inner conflict, but it is also sometimes offers guidance if we're quiet enough in our mind to listen to that guidance. So it almost feels like it's over the hump on the bell curve for the challenge, but it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel like the challenges go as a bell curve. It's an uphill climb, and then you feel like it's gonna just, roller coaster down. But it doesn't work that way. It actually quite unpredictable. Sometimes it feels like it's just an uphill climb. Sometimes it's very jaggedy line, and it has its ups and downs, and each day its practice delivers its own gift. It's change of season, so it's been raining quite a lot here in Florida, and it's interesting that it's sunny but it's raining, and it's muggy, but it smells interesting with the humidity and the heat from the ground mixed in with the dust. It's quite interesting on the senses. And the comparison I'm making is that it's not always all sunny, and it's not always just all rain. Sometimes we see rainbows when it rains. And same with meditation. Sometimes you could have a really big opening in a meditation where you really go, oh wow, or you have your aha moment. Sometimes those aha moments just a little small, like little crack, and you just feeling you're getting somewhere close but not yet. Right now I'm sitting amidst the muck because there's a lot coming up. We started a discussion about self-care and what it means. What does self-care mean to you? I don't feel it's a universal definition. I really think it's individual definition what self-care is. And as I used an example, where do we draw, how do you define your own self-care? The story that I said is I had that little tool for pizza crafts, and I thought it would be a great massage tool, and I rolled those little pointy spikes all over my legs, and in the moment it felt so good. I was like, oh yay, myofascial release, that's great. And within 30 minutes my legs were so tender, and I'm still sitting with bruises all over. I feel like a battered wife. So it's like, wow, I thought I was doing good for my body, but no, looking at my legs, it's like, my God, I violated myself. And so as I look at my habits that are, promoting habits that are good habits, like taking cold showers, and putting cream and oils and taking care of my skin, and trying to spend some hair time, there's also parts of me that there's some habits that seem to offer the benefit, but maybe really don't. You know, like for some people, taking cold showers, and it's a cold rinse, it's not really a shower, it's not washing your hair and shampoo. For some folks, myself included, when I first started taking cold showers, that was brutal. That was insanely hard. There was fear, there was agitation. I don't like cold, you know, and it started out with 15 to 30 seconds screaming and squealing like a little piggy, to actually enjoying it, and also transform from being so rigid about it, like, oh, the self-care routine has to happen this way, this way, this way, this way, and if one step is off, then the whole thing is off. And I've learned over the last year and a half to be more flexible with self-care routines, and it's not a protocol that I could subscribe to on a daily basis. I can't. If I write a list of all the self-care things that I want to do for myself, it is impossible for me to do it all every day, every single day. So I've come to relax, you know, still watching my mind chatting sometimes, but I'm not as defensive, I'm not as reactive to it. And I've come to realize that some self-care habits or rituals or practices cannot be done every day. If they can, that wahiguru, more power to you. But for me, I had to kind of back off and give myself some space to do what I can. And now I'm going even further, that instead of spinning my mind on the things that, oh, I didn't get to do this today, oh, I really didn't get to do this today, as I do any self-care practice, I am bringing my mind to focus on gratitude. So even out of 10 things, if I do one, I'm grateful for that, because I'm fortunate enough to have created this lifestyle for myself and to devote significant time for myself, because I think it makes me better in all other aspects of my life, but without having the guilt coming along with it, that, oh my God, I can't do it every day, da 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 da. The other thing is, how do we look at self-care that has like a double-edged sword, you know? And I'll be totally transparent right now. And I have this love-hate relationship with cannabis. And today is September 1st, and I am quitting. I am done. I am this yo-yo cannabis user. It definitely brought its benefits. I definitely had a lot of realizations while being high. I interacted with my children on a much friendlier way. You know, I could understand. I could understand the lyrics of the rap songs when I'm high. But then it comes with a dark side. Like, yes, it's benefits, and like, how do you define addiction? I could go a day without it. I could go a month without it. I've gone 7 months without it, and it's like, I come and go, come and go, come and go. But the dark side of this habit is the conflict, the inner conflict. Like, why do I need it? Why? Yes, it makes me calm. Yes, it sometimes resulted in very deep, profound meditations too. But that conflict, is it really worth for me to have this habit if I'm continuously evaluating and questioning my own integrity, my own you know, sense of, do I need it? I don't. And so I made myself a goal that September 1st we'll be done with it. And I believe that the conflict will be gone if I don't feed it with my actions and subsequent dialogue. And so, again, a habit, you call it self-care. Yes, it helps with pain. Yes, it helps with sleeping. Yes, it helps to be chill and relaxed and kind of laid back. But it also hinders because the nagging voice inside the head does not stop. And so the only way that I could suffocate that nagging voice is to not partake in the habit. Then there will be nothing to nag about, perhaps, I guess, in relation to cannabis use. So there you have my little confession to what's happening right now with me. And we will tune in and we'll do our practice. I would like your feedback as you continue to do this challenge. I know this will be on YouTube forever, and some people will be doing it on their own in years to come, hopefully. But for right now, those of you who are participating with this challenge, I'd like to have your feedback in terms of the cues. How many cues and how much do you want me to verbalize and instruct in terms of the root lock and holding the breath and tightening up the back muscles and lengthening the spine? Are you able to kind of self-govern at this point on your own, so that I could cut back on the cues and let you run your own show? Again, these Facebook feeds are a way of accountability. It is my practice, and I'm providing a space and accountability platform for the rest of you to do this practice and stay committed to it. So just let me know if you want more cues, less cues, and I know I can't please everyone, but I could cater and I could find my way. All right, that's the spiel for today. Let's tune in. Bringing the hands in front of the heart center. Taking a deep inhale and full exhale. Inhale deeply again. And exhale. Let's inhale deeply to tune in. Om. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Sri Gurudeve name. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Sri Gurudeve name. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Sri Gurudeve name. Deep inhale, suspend the breath, pull the root lock, keep the gaze to the brow point, consolidate, contain. And exhale. And release. Satnam. All right, so fists of anger, 3 minutes. Powerfully. Women on menstrual cycle, long deep breath instead. For the rest of us is O-shaped mouth. And so find your own rhythm, find your own pace, and experiment with it. Try to get the I know what to do mantra out of your way. approach this as your first date with your meditation. Be curious as what it has to offer, and just see if you could be in a space of emptiness and stillness where you feel like a container, empty container that is filled with spirit, that is filled with energy. So just especially at the end, when we get to hold our breath and really lock it all in, when we stirred up all this energy, and how do we release it? All right, so thumbs on a Mercury mount, squeezing the thumb tightly, backward strokes. Let's introduce the breath. And begin backward strokes, focusing at the brow point. Mentally chanting the mantra Har. Interlace the fingers, stretch the arms up, palms facing up, deep inhale. Root lock, lift the spine, shoulder blades press down. Again, and breath out. Deepest inhale. Inhale deeply, sweep your arms out to the side, bring the hands down into Gyan Mudra, wisdom seal. Stay in a meditative space. Just notice your breath, notice your energy, any sensations. Just observe it. Take a few deep inhales and exhales as you need to. And when you're ready, and gently open your eyes. Take a little bit of water if you need to. Wouldn't it be so easy if the decision was made for us? You know, don't do that. You know, don't smoke. It's bad for your health. Okay. And I always feel that when we take our power into our own hands and we make a decision and we make the choice, it's much more sustaining because we are resolved to make a change. And so when I decide to do something, it's usually sticks, sometimes for long, sometimes not for long. And in addition to the whole cannabis dilemma, it's the same with being vegetarian, being a meat eater or not. That's also very hard to decide, and it's hard to decide because I'm extremely honest with myself. There are things that I don't want to give up. I could reduce and make them very seldom, very rare, and pray and bless before I consume meat. But, you know, if I looked at my energy output on a daily basis, how much energy leaks out into those thoughts, like, oh, should I eat it? Should I not? How can I make it? So it gives me an opportunity to eat it, but still practice the values that I want to adhere to. And so one of the things to do that is to decide once and for all and make it a non-negotiable. So for example, there's a lot of yogis in my circle of friends that are vegetarians, and for years and years and years they have not touched meat or any kind of meat related product. And I admire that. And for some reason, my mind just does not settle on that. It does not settle on that. It's not happy. It's like, well, we've been eating meat for so many years, and I understand about the mass production. I understand about having these huge farms, and it's automated, and there's not a human element to it. There's no compassion. There's no love. There's not so much care as it used to be back in the day when the farms were small and family owned, and there was a lot more care for the animals and stuff. So I get that, but it's just right now I am just feeling a sheer exhaustion from constantly having these dialogues inside my head to do or not to do, to be this way or that way, and it's extremely exhausting. You know, even though I live my life pretty transparently, I am who I am what I am, these little nuances are still quite annoying. Okay, so here we go for our meditation to further uncover what inner conflicts I might have, or we all might have. Let's dive into our meditation. Hands are at the heart center on the chest. Fingers are all together, eyes are closed, focusing at the brow point. Inhaling 5 seconds, exhaling 5 seconds, and then resting in stillness, keeping the breath out for 15 seconds, up to 15 seconds. And again, all these parameters of the breath are just a guideline. So if you're able to inhale for 6 seconds or 10 seconds, by all means, inhale longer and then keep the ratio the same, exhale for the same amount, and then just extend the suspension of the breath for a little longer. So, but please do experiment with it. So here we go. First, we're gonna take a deep breath in, sit it nice in good, proper yogic posture. And exhale. And let's begin. Slowly and deeply inhaling. And exhaling. And staying in a stillness. Relaxing the diaphragm, relaxing the abdominal muscles. Finish out your cycle. Take a deep inhale. Engage the root lock. Exhale. Inhale again with the root lock. Stretch the arms up. One more time. Shake the arms out. Exhale. And go within. Take a few deep inhales and exhales, bringing yourself out of meditative state, opening your eyes gently. Yay, so 2020, I broke a lot of my non-negotiables. The one thing that came to mind is this year I brought soda into the house, which used to be non-negotiable. There was no soda in my house, but we relaxed the rules a little bit. And then we started bringing the meat into the house, and that's how it goes. So even though there could be an argument like, oh, everything is in moderation, some of us can't subscribe to that. It's all or nothing. So let's bring the hands into prayer mudra. We're going to seal our practice with one long Sat Nam. I would be curious to see what kind of challenges are coming up for you. I feel like I'm all over the place today. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale again. Satnam. I certainly hope that with these energetic upgrades we'll get some more clarity on which way we shall proceed. Satnam. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.